Hey there guys, Next Gen Strike here, back again for another video, and Comic-Con is officially wrapping up now, and it's been crazy. I had a lot of videos come out, and it's just been wild. You know, DC's had a lot of stuff in particular, so I don't even think Marvel had any of their stuff there, so it's been primarily DC dominating all the stuff with all the trailers, and the comics, and the animated stuff, and blah blah blah, right? So here we are. Now we're going to be talking about the DC animated films that we can see from 2018 and beyond. These are all officially announced. Now, just keep this in mind that it is possible that there were some interviews and other details that I missed because Comic-Con's crazy. There's just so much that comes out of it. So if it's not covered in this video, you guys can feel free to drop any other details down below. But I'm just going off the official website right now. So in late 2002, acclaimed writer Jeff Loeb and the talented artist known for his work at Marvel, Image, and Wildstorm named Jim Lee produced a 12-part Batman storyline in the pages of Batman number 608. The story's title was Hush, and the simple name lived in a surprisingly complex story that would feature much of the Dark Knight's popular rogues gallery, hint at an eventual return of the once-dead Jason Todd, introduce Bruce Wayne's childhood friend Thomas Elliot, and bring the romantic undertones of Batman's relationship with Catwoman to the forefront for the first time. It's a story that's ripe with cinematic potential and we'll likely discover when it's brought to animated life as part of the next wave of DC animated movies. So this was actually the movie that they've hyped up the most, is Batman Hush. And let me just say right now, Batman Hush is without a doubt one of the best Batman comics I have ever read. It is a very, very good comic. So having it adapted into an animated film, I'm all for that. But we'll get into that in a second. So the 2019 slate was announced at San Diego Comic-Con panel following tonight's The Death of Superman world premiere. So that is just premiering officially, even though it got leaked online like a month ago. Based on the seminal storyline that shocked fans of The Man of Steel when it debuted 25 years ago, The Death of Superman is actually only the beginning of the story. The second part of the previously announced two-part adaptation, Reign of the Supermen, kicks things off in early 2019, focusing on what happens after Superman's death. The comics that inspired Part 2 introduce characters who have gone on to play integral roles in the world of Superman, such as Steel, Cyborg Superman, and Connor Kent, who is Superboy. You might know him from Young Justice. It's actually that very same Superboy. Look for some Reign of Superman teasers in the closing credits of The Death of Superman, which you guys probably already know about that. So yeah, Death of Superman. A lot of people liked the Death of Superman animated film. So it's awesome that they're continuing that. I haven't personally seen it yet. I will be seeing it soon though, because good DC animated film, man. It's good entertainment. You can't beat it. So yeah, The Reign of Superman 2019. So if that's 2019, I guess it's going to be everything 2019 and beyond. I think that's what they advertised, that they're going to have 4 animated films in 2019. So I guess 2018, The Death of Superman is the last one. Oh yeah, that's how it is. Okay. So after that, in spring 2019, Justice League returns for Justice League versus the Fatal Five, originally composed of supercriminals The Rock, Emerald Empress, Validus, Mano, and the Persuader. The Fatal Five were once introduced in 1967 and are more commonly associated with the Legion of Superheroes. Oh, okay. While they have appeared in animation before, both in Justice League Unlimited and on the Legion of Superheroes animated series, they've been largely dormant for a while, though Emerald Empress did play a key role in the recent Justice League vs. Suicide Squad comic book event. If you read that. This is an original story, and there's much we don't know about it. Is it set in the future or the present day? Will the Legion appear? Which Justice Leaguers will we see? Only time will tell. Let's see, is there anything else on this? They show a comic for it. That sounds really interesting, bringing the Fatal Five into the fray. The thing is that I'm pretty much betting on this being in this DC animated film verse, which I'm not really a huge fan of. I like connected universes, but if you've looked at my stuff I've published in the past on YouTube and all that stuff, generally speaking, a lot of the animated films that have come out in this universe, so past the Flashpoint Paradox, starting with Justice League War, a lot of those films, they're just not as good. I mean, there's a lot of things you can really dive into detail-wise, but a lot of the stuff in the universe, not so great. There's a couple of decent movies, but it seems like, maybe they're on an uphill. A lot of people like Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. Titans, Judas Contract was pretty good. Death of Superman, a lot of people are liking that. So maybe they're on the ups and ups, which is great. I hope they are. So anyway, let's see what we got here next. So next we have the third movie in 2019, Batman Hush, will release in summer. So yes, these are all coming out in 2019. It's going to be wild. And we'll follow the two-part Death of Superman, Reign of Superman as the latest animated film based on the acclaimed DC Comics storyline. That's interesting. It will follow the two-part. So is that also meaning it's going to be in that set universe? See, this is my really big concern here. I hope that it's not. I do not want New 52 Batman a part of this. Now, New 52 Batman, the comics, was actually super good. New 52 Batman, the animated films, not so much. So I want this to be like Kevin Conroy Batman. You know what I mean? Like, just, it doesn't have to be Kevin Conroy, but, maybe Bruce Greenwood or something like that. But I want just more of that original animation that follows the comic, which the comic is beautiful. I just want more of that. I don't want more of the stock, sort of cheap-looking animation that they use in a lot of their animated universe stuff. That's my concern. I hope it's not like that. Let's see. Okay, so while this year's Batman Gotham by Gaslight was arguably the last Batman-centered DC Universe movie, yeah, because we haven't had like a million of those already, it's an Elseworlds tale featuring a Victorian-era Dark Knight. Yeah, that they're talking about Gotham by Gaslight. Hush will find the series returning to the present day and set in a much more familiar Gotham City. The comic storyline featured popular baddies like Poison Ivy, Ra's al Ghul, and the Joker, but it's also well known for introducing the villain it's named after, the bandage-faced Hush, which is a very good villain. I like him. While the child version of the character has made a couple of appearances on Gotham, and Hush has appeared in video games like the Arkham and Lego Batman titles, he's never before appeared in a DC Universe movie. Well, naturally. And also, do keep in mind all of the characters that they've mentioned in Hush. I think that's going to be integral into this. So they said Poison Ivy, Ra's al Ghul, the Joker. Did they say anything up here earlier? Let me see. Catwoman. Of course, Catwoman's going to be a part of it. Jason Todd, that's big. I feel like Jason Todd is going to be in this as well, which also means Clayface is going to be in this. Huntress, I would hope, would make an appearance. And Superman. Like, this is going to be a stacked movie, so I hope it's pretty long. Well, they're not going to make it 2 parts, so we've already announced it. So, that's going to be tough, man, because this movie, it's a 12-part comic, so it's big. It's a very big storyline. They're going to have to cut stuff or make it super long. They're probably going to cut stuff, which is unfortunate because it's a very, very good storyline, but what are you going to do, right? And then finally the last, DC typically release 3 DC animated films each year, but in 2019 special we're releasing a 4th. So yay, and this is, so for the first time since her fan favorite 2009 animated film, Wonder Woman will be taking center stage in an original animated film called Wonder Woman Bloodlines. Not much is known about this mysterious but very exciting bonus movie, but expect to learn more next year. So yeah, that's all the films that they have announced so far. I don't see them really announcing anything else until probably next Comic-Con, or if maybe something hints to something else. Like Batman Bad Blood, for example, unless Hush and Batman Bad Blood link up together, they've kind of left that hanging for a while, and there's other things like that. But as of the 4 movies, let me know below which one you are most excited for. Me personally, definitely Hush. I mean, how could you not be excited for Hush? It's such a good storyline. Like, it's just everything good about Batman is in that. You got freaking Nightwing, you got Robin, Tim Drake, you got Red Hood, Jason Todd. Well, he's actually not Red Hood yet, but he's Jason Todd. He's basically Red Hood, just without the hood on. You got Hush, Joker, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy. Like, it's wild. There's so many characters in this story. So they're probably going to not be able to do it, completely 100% accurate because it's a really long storyline. It's a very good storyline. But there's some really good moments in there that I hope don't get cut. I mean, obviously, the Catwoman relationship's going to be a centerpiece, which I really enjoyed about the comic. I hope Nightwing and Robin do appear. and get to do some stuff. They weren't really big parts of the comic, but to be little cameos in the story would be really nice. I really hope that they keep the Superman stuff, because I very much enjoyed that. Poison Ivy controlled Superman. That was excellent. Very good stuff, and very, I don't know, it was just like fanboyish almost, because you got to see Batman and Superman fight. It was so cool. And yeah, it was an overall good comic. Wonder Woman Bloodlines, I have no clue what that's going to be about at all, but the 2009 Wonder Woman was very good. It was very good. So I hope that this one takes place in that universe, because that was definitely one of the better DC animated films. So yeah, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Thumbs up if you liked, subscribe if you liked, and like I said, comment below your thoughts. That's all I have for now. Catch you guys later.